Here we go. Hey, girlfriend Peggy, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing just fine, thank you, all things considered. Yes, indeedy. Well, here we go. Running just a little bit late tonight, so folks will should be getting the notification. I just got a notification on my phone that we're on, so hopefully the Raw Talkers have gotten theirs, and they'll be joining us shortly. Um, Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. That's right.
That's right. That's what it is. That's what it
The
is. Yes.
holidays are upon us.
Yes. I can't believe it. And, the year just flew by. It just zoomed by.
Can you
It's
believe another year has gone by so quickly? Oh my God. But hey, we are part of it. We here.
we're here. We're here.
We're in the
And
number.
everybody can't say that. Everybody can't say that. We are here. Um mm, 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 mm. Hey, hi, hi, yes, Anitra, we see you. Hi, welcome, baby. Hello, sis. How you doing? Indeed. So glad to have you virtual building and everybody else. Y'all come on in and say hello. Say hey, how you doing? Tonight, we're going to have a conversation about the murder in Mexico of a. And this I don't know, I think the story hit kind of late, but now that it's out there, everybody is talking about it, everybody has an opinion about it, we've got a lot of questions about it, and so we just wanted to give you an opportunity to express yourself. I don't know, I tried to upload this video, and it was telling me that it was too long, but I don't know if anybody has seen the video. But what we have here is a group of young people in their 20s who went to Cabo, Mexico, to celebrate somebody's birthday, and to what we do, to go
The
and
girls
party
speak.
and have a good time and all of that wonderful stuff. And they got there on October 28th, and then October 29th, Shanquilla was dead. And it's such a sad, tragic ending, to the life of a beautiful young lady. And and I haven't heard anybody say a disparaging word about her. How some people say, oh, well, that person was bad, and oh, they deserved that, and oh, they hung out with the wrong people, and they was doing the wrong thing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nobody is saying that. They're saying she smart, she, had her own business, she was doing her thing, all of that stuff. And then she goes off with these people and ends up dead, and ends up dead at their hands. And they are so bold and full of evil that they had the gall to record the beating. They beat her to death. They beat her to death. They broke her neck. They severed her spine. Beat her up in her face, split up her lip. Swelled up her eyes, and then called her mother and, oh, here, she's sick. She's not feeling too good right now. We think she has alcohol poisoning. We're going to call, somebody to take care of her. And then when they call the mother back a few hours later, now they're saying, oh, she's dead. And then they got the hell up out of Mexico. you
With her
know,
money.
uh, uh,
With her $10,000.
well, has that been proven?
They said it. They took
Well,
her
they
money.
said it. I saw an interview There's a brother named Gerald Johnson. He's a podcaster and considers himself an investigator or a reporter. And he did a one-on-one live interview with her father. Her father never ever said she went over there with $10,000 and they took it from her. Now other people are saying that.
Well, if she had money, it may not have been $10,000, but I believe whatever she had on her, maybe she was the one funding the trip. Maybe she was the money girl. And I believe whatever she had on her, when you running with thieves, when you're running with murderers and liars and just shenanigan, all sorts of evil people, they're gonna take it. If you got a dime in your pocket, they're gonna strip you down and take what you have. So I believe some money was stripped from the girl and they took it. Now, how much I can't say, but I believe they did take whatever she had.
Yeah, and I'm sure they went through her belongings and took whatever of her belongings they liked. They had the
Yes.
gall and the audacity to return to the United States and go to her mother's home to give her mother back the Shanquilla's luggage. And then they sat there and they ate with her. They ate in her mother's home after they killed her. And they knew they had done that,
And
and
watched her
and
mother
and they
cry.
continued to lie about the
Poisoning.
about the alcohol poisoning until of course the coroner's report comes out and it becomes obvious. Her father said he had to send almost $7,000 over there
Mm-hmm.
to
Get
recoup
her
her
back.
body. And he said
Right.
he was sitting in the funeral home when the box with her body arrived. And he saw how they had massacred his baby.
Mhm.
All right, he saw that firsthand. So whatever it was, if it was for money, in the fight, and okay, so this big brawly broad, who started fighting with her. When I first saw the fight, she was standing up. And then this person, started to fight with her. When you see it as it progresses, Shanquilla never fought back.
Mhm.
She didn't fight back, and this person, was just pummeling her with punches and kicks and carrying on. Some other a male who was recording, a male who had an effeminate voice. His speech pattern, his tone of voice was effeminate. He's saying, fight back. Why aren't you at least fighting back? So I don't know if they wanted to fight, but I also read something else where or I think I heard the person who was fighting her say something about she was tired of her, or that type of thing. I'm tired, So what on God's green earth could this girl have said or done or anything warrant that? It just really makes you feel like you said they knew she had money. They invited her to go on the trip. They lured her away, and then and to do that. But what's going on with you that you want to beat somebody up that bad?
You're
And and
miserable.
and they're not fighting back. Yeah, I don't get that. I think the big question everybody wants to know the answer to is how you doing, Willie? Why is that? We want to give a shout out to all the raw talkers in the building tonight. Mariella de Salva, hello, darling. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But it's a sad day. It's a sad state of affairs when your so-called friends do this to you, and then so you said you were listening to something else today and you heard something else. about what
Mhm.
happened?
They was just saying the latest news that came in was that she was alive. That once they called at 2 o'clock for help, that whomever came worked on her for 3 hours before she was pronounced dead. Worked on her for 3 hours, just like who fights a person that is not moving and is incapacitated and unable to fight you back. I mean, the reason for a good fight is because somebody giving you a little run for your money, and they can't take you back. That's the fun part about fighting is it's an interaction. It's a back and forth. You gonna give me your best shot. I'm gonna give you mine, and we gonna see who
Hmm.
can take the better punch. That's the and we want to see who's standing at the end of the day. But like I say, to fight somebody who is totally incapacitated and out of it to begin with, how do you continue to beat on them and fight them and kick them and break their neck and the back and all this kind of stuff? You gotta be a miserable, rotten ass person to do something like that. I just wanted to say that first. But then, like I said, the latest was that they worked on this girl for 3 hours. And I know you were saying, who does that? Well, like I said, we don't know what they do over in Mexico, what their, regimen is. Don't give up until you have to give up, I guess. But
I don't
it's just,
know.
I don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. It's all speculation. It's all, we only know what they're bringing us back of their accounts of what happened because those young ladies were the ones that was there in the room. So we got 6, 7, 8 different stories coming from them, and they keep switching and changing them up. How we ever gonna know the truth,
Yeah,
whether she was dead on arrival or not?
we don't know. But I'm telling you, I just think that it's strange, to say that they would work on somebody for 3 hours. If anybody how it works in Mexico, let me know. Look, I worked for the Orlando Fire Department for 5 years. I was on every kind of emergency scene you could ever imagine, including when I had to call them to my home, for my father. All right. There is no and nobody no they're not gonna be down there for no 3 hours. They're gonna work on you some, they're gonna start an IV, their goal is to get you to the hospital ready to
Right.
go. If it doesn't happen right away, boom, boom, boom.
And
They shock you a couple of times, you're out of there, you're gone. So I don't know where somebody and listen. I also find it difficult to believe that they would do that for us.
mhm. I got
Excuse the
yeah.
excuse the racist that lives in me. Um,
hmm
but I'm trying to think. Oh, really? You're going to Mexico and some Mexican is going to come in there and work on you for 3 hours? No, and work on you doing what when they see you done, you're all beaten up. They lying. All of that is a lie. um mariella Mariella said, did you see the video where her best friend says we have our first dead body while she is sleeping? Do you think this was a plot or just a trip gone terribly wrong? I saw that video, and Shanquilla was lying in a hammock outside, had been drinking, and so she was asleep. She was asleep in the hammock, and a lot of times, and so I think it is it's ironically coincidental that they took this video of her and said, hey, we have our first dead body. And she wasn't dead yet. Okay. This happened before. But if you know slang, young people, and I'm talking about young people under 29, under 25, and I think maybe I don't know if they do it everywhere, but up there, North Carolina or wherever she's from, when somebody falls asleep or passes out after partying or while the party is going on, when the drinking is going on, they refer to them as a dead body. Okay. So it's just like, hey, we got the first person who got drunk and has passed out. But I think it is coincidentally very ironic that that happened. I don't think that um I don't I don't I didn't feel like that made it a plot, because they were stupid enough to say that and record that. But I don't put it past them for it being a plot.
I don't put it past them.
I don't put it past them for them having, for them it's scheming and scamming on that the whole time. Um Hello Jacqueline. Hi darling. Welcome. Yeah, and so so we have that. Um and then uh, in addition to that, you got people recording it, and I believe there's another video that I couldn't find of someone else hitting on her too, besides this person. Now there's another rumor that says that somebody there was transsexual,
Was it
was a
transgender?
trans, yeah, trans, yeah, that implying that it's a man, they're a man but they are transitioning to a woman, or they present themselves as a woman, or whatever it is. And other folks said, oh, no, no, no. However, the FBI has gotten involved, and the FBI is calling this case, has labeled it, they haven't labeled it a homicide. Okay, they haven't labeled it a homicide. They've labeled it a femicide. All right, femicide. Have you ever heard of a femicide? I've never
No,
heard of
not until I read it
femicide.
in this report, right?
Huh?
And so not until I read it in this report, they give the
Right.
definition of a femicide.
Yes.
So it had to be a transgender person, an issue or something like that involved in order for them to relabel it.
Yes. A
Mm-hmm.
femicide is the murder of a female by a male,
Mm-hmm.
and they're investigating it as such. And people say, well, why haven't they been, all of the parties who were there, everybody who was involved, they have taken themselves off of social media. These people have gone, off in hiding somewhere. And
Mm.
so, now the thought is, why haven't they been arrested?
It.
Hmm?
Right. Why haven't they been arrested? Why haven't they been called into question? Why they haven't been sent back over there for questioning and try, whatever, whatever.
Yeah, well, I think it's because there's some legal ramifications involved with that. You know, um,
So,
First of all,
that-
I think Mexico would have to want them. I don't know that America is in favor of extraditing people to another country for justice. Uh, you, you know, but I'm really not sure how that works. Uh, Let me see. Hi,
do
hi,
we have
hi.
any,
That's
do we have any
Cynthia.
attorneys out there listening, perhaps? That can call in and
Well,
assist us with some of these questions.
yes, yes. It would be good if there were, but the legal part of it is that it was a crime committed in another country. Does Mexico care if black people come over there and kill each other? I don't know if that's a big priority to them. Now, if they had killed, a Mexican person,
Yeah.
um, it would be a whole different story, and that's understandable. But you would think that Mexico would want to protect their tourist um, dollars and do something about it. But I don't know. I was told by a legal person that you can't bring them up on criminal charges. You could do a civil charges or a civil suit, but not criminal. I don't know. Um, hi, Belak. Says that on the Ricky Smiley show. Okay, uh, heard that if Mexico doesn't do it, then the U.S. can pick up the case. And I think anytime you have the FBI involved, it is so sad that they don't they don't get involved for nothing. They don't just get involved, to make it sound good. They're involved for a reason. And we say, well, how come people haven't been picked up or questioned or anything like that? Trust and believe what the FBI does is they cross all of their T's, they dot all of their I's, and when they come for you, you're gonna get got. You're gonna get got when they come after you. There won't be any wiggling. It won't be any wiggling
Out of it.
out of it. But it would be interesting to me to know where these people are and what they're doing, because
Right.
I can only imagine that they can't go anywhere in that town.
No. As it has it, they may not be able to go anywhere unless they're in disguise. Because I'm
Mm.
sure their names or faces are well known right about now.
Yep, yep.
Mhm.
Cynthia said it's so sad about Shanquilla,
Yeah.
and lock all the frenemies up, and that's all we can do. Just lay it at the feet of Jesus. But people say, before, if they don't send them to Mexico before I can get me a lick or two in. You know what I'm saying? Where's the street justice? Where's the street committee on street justice? Because that's what I would like. I would tell the FBI, save your money. And we're going to do a little street justice here right quick. But, of course, that's wrong.
Not gonna
hey,
happen.
hey, Ray Marine in the building. Welcome back. So glad to see you. So tonight we're talking about the very sad murder of Shanquilla Robinson while she was on vacation in Cabo, Mexico, with her so-called friends. And
This
if all right, if everybody who is on with us, if you have seen at least one video of the brutal attack on Shanquilla, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. And let me know that you have seen it or something. Oh yeah. Cynthia said her daddy wants all of their asses. Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. And can you
and he
blame him?
should.
Can you
And he
blame him?
should.
You know? Can you blame him?
Mhm.
You can't blame him. I told, but I told him, I said, listen, I think death is way too good. People say, lock him up and all of that kind of stuff. No, no, no. Jane is in the building. Hey, Jane. Uh, she says people are not human. She says you can't not trust anyone that you don't know. She said when we were young, it was very different. The friends I have are good. They were. There were times when I had to step back, but but for the most part, uh, I don't know. I've heard people question why she was friends with this particular man, that type of thing. But these are no friends. I've never had a friend that I even remotely thought would do anything like that to me. Now that, Cynthia, I agree. Death is imminent for all of them, one by one,
They'll get.
by
Mhm.
one. And for those who follow a Christian faith or belief, we like to say, hey, the Bible vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Let God
Yeah,
handle
we
it,
pray.
and all of that kind of stuff. But I, if you're gonna handle it, Lord, I need to see the handling.
Well,
Can I get a receipt, God, on the handling of it?
well, my thing is, I've always been super conscious of who I travel with. I don't care if I'm going from Kissimmee to Orlando, from Kissimmee to Tampa, or from Kissimmee to Miami. If I don't already feel at least 98% confident that you are a friend indeed and somebody that's going to be there to look out for me like I would try to look out for you, we're not crossing international waters to go anywhere. Because like I said, you got some people you can't pick them up and ride to the club with them, and before it's time to come home, they'll cuss you out and tell you where to go, or they decide they're gonna up and go off with somebody else and leave you hanging to drive home drunk, or whatever the case may be. Some people just don't know how to be good traveling companions when it's time to travel. And as it stands, a lot of times you don't know who to trust. We did a show on trust. Who can you trust? Can you trust family? Can you trust your man? Can you trust your girlfriends? And in this case, she thought she could trust these people in order to travel with them. Because, like I said, that's a serious endeavor, is to go across international waters to travel with a group of people. You better damn well know that those people that you're going with gonna have your back and gonna look out for you and stick together with you. So you all come in, you go in one piece and you come back in one piece. That's the goal. To go off and have a good time and everybody come back home as a whole, come back home together, unharmed, unscathed, and hopefully unrobbed and some other things. So you got to be super careful on who you think you can travel with, because like I said, I don't take traveling companionship lightly at all.
No,
At
no,
all.
not at all.
You know who you're
Not at all.
traveling
Ray
with.
Marine, huh?
Hmm. No, go ahead. Hmm.
Ray Marine says that she had more Judas amongst her than Jesus did, and it's so sad and scary to know.
Hmm.
And to I really it's difficult for me to wrap my mind around that, and it won't wait until we can hear their side of the story. But I sure would love for them to get rounded up and everybody be in a separate room and see who squeals like a pig first, and comes out with the real true story, because it's despicable. It really is. And but
The
that
real
thing
true
about
story
going,
is what we saw in that video. The video did not lie. They whooped her ass till she died. That's the real true story.
that's
I
the
don't know
real
what
true
other
story.
stories. That's the real true story. And they don't have to tell that because the videotape is telling the story. Whoever stood there while she got slung from that bed onto the floor and she did not move, she was in a downward motion position with her head. She did not move, and the girl continued to beat and hit and kick and punch as we saw in the video. That is the true story. Nobody don't have to tell us that. We know what happened because we saw it.
You're
We saw what
absolutely
happened.
right, girlfriend.
Yeah, we saw what happened. That's the truth. They don't have to
Right.
say nothing.
And no reason justifies it. So boom, story told.
Story told.
Yep. Cynthia says keep your circle small. And then
Hmm.
you video it, and then you post it.
And then turn around and start lying about her condition. It does not matter her condition, if she was alcohol poisoned, if she took some drugs, if she did whatever she did. It still does not matter. The videotape showed you guys whooping her ass.
And nobody stepping in, encouraging her to fight back because they want to see a fight, you know.
Mhm.
Um
Mhm. Nobody tried to stop the girl from doing it. Nobody told her to stop. Nobody
Nobody
tried to protect
intervened.
her. Nobody tried to protect her, to guard her, to throw their body over hers, to keep her from getting hit. Nobody jumped on the other girl and said, stop, 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 and started whooping her ass because you beat the unconscious girl. It is just wrong. So the story is told. They all
Mm-mm.
are accessory to the fact. If they were in that room and they saw what was going on and they did not stop, they did not try to stop it or help her, they all accessory to the fact that this girl died. They all had their hand in blood on all of their hands.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Jane says some people talk about traveling alone, especially being a female. That should not happen, not anymore. Um,
You might be
listen,
safe traveling alone after this point.
I
But yeah,
had yeah, I had a male friend who just recently went to Mexico with family, but went out drinking, got drunk, got robbed, and he doesn't know what else happened to him.
oh wow.
He ain't saying. All right. Very fortunately, they somebody found him, put him in a wheelchair, and rolled him back to the hotel. But people could just as easily leave you for dead.
Mhm.
Okay, so it can happen to a man or a woman. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that somebody is not going to take advantage of you.
Mhm.
You have to be very careful. Traveling alone is dangerous, but traveling with demons is more. I
He
did.
lucky he lucky he returned home with his organs.
Yes,
That's always my
yes,
fear. I tell you that all the time. I
yes.
always think above, over and beyond, but they want male and female organs.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
they don't care. A
so
kidney is a kidney.
a
You
heart
know.
is a heart. Yep. So you're lucky, you're blessed that they wheeled them back and somebody was able to get them and identify them and take them back to the room. Because, like I say, he could have been left somewhere gutted open on the street to
Oh,
die.
child, I would have
Yeah.
died. Um, Cynthia says that she cried. I did too. When I first called Peggy to tell her about it, I was crying because I just could not believe this. I just could not. And we know all kind of bad things happen to people all the time, but it's one thing to shoot somebody from across the room or to drive by and shoot them and kill them, but to put your hands on them, that up close, I just I could not believe that. Cynthia said she cried. She said seeing young black girls and boys treat a person so inhumane. What is the matter? Yeah, they all guilty. They all guilty. She says they
Yeah.
robbed her of
They all
$10,000, and
guilty and
and
they all
and
should be.
people keep saying that, and it could very well
And
be
like I
true.
said, it may not have been 10. No, I was
Mhm.
saying, yeah, it may not be 10. It could be 5. It could have been 4. They took whatever she had of value. I'm sure of that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because like I
Most
said,
definitely.
when you're dealing with liars and cheaters and people that's jealous and envious, they want what you have. And believe me, money is at the top of that list.
Yep.
They
Yep.
want free, they want nice clothes, they want your weave. I wouldn't be surprised if they took the weave she had in her bag if she had any extra weave in there.
I
I mean, they
I
wanted her
wouldn't
stuff, I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But and during the altercation, when she first started with her, I don't know how she got into bed. Some people say she snatched her out the bed, but at one point I saw Shanquilla standing up. She was standing up face to face with this person when this person started, and she said, I'm so sick and tired of you, or something, I'm tired of your mess, or whatever. And boom, that's when she hit her. And then after that, it was, it was just crazy. So if she had Yeah, if I don't know what she had, but see, and the funny thing is, like you say, this was only their second day there. So if she had 10 grand or 5 grand, she didn't have a chance to spend no money yet. All right. So they could get plenty, they could get everything. But so you have to beat me up and kill me for that, and little tiny little bit of money for 3 4 people to split up. Really? That's what y'all are on? Shh.
Yep, that's what they own apparently.
Ray Marine says he believes that the intent was to beat her up. However, they did not know that this would lead to her death. Once she died, everybody panicked. He said people fight every day with aggression and anger. You could fight someone and hit them in the temple and chest several times, and they could possibly die. When he was videotaping, I don't think he had any idea that this would lead to her death. He said, I'm just saying. And yeah,
Right.
and you're absolutely right. You don't know what blow will do that. But once your neck is broken, you ain't moving, you ain't fighting back. Once your spine is broken, you ain't moving, you're not fighting back. And
And
oh, okay. Cynthia said that Shanquilla is the person who paid for the Airbnb that they were in.
that's why I told you she was the money girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was the money girl. She was the one who had the means. She had the money. She probably funded the trip or most of it and invited them, or they invited her because they knew she could fund it, maybe. And that's why, like I say, you got to be very careful who your friends are. People will use you. They will take advantage of you, and they will be envious of you, and they will smile and grin in your face the whole time. And like I said, that goes to them being ready to sleep with your man, sleep in your bed, uh, wear your stuff while they're in your house, and do a whole lot of other things and kill you and want to see you dead too, for real dead.
For real, for real.
Yeah, and want to see you dead and out the way. So
Yep.
yeah, you have to be careful, people.
And then you say, and I don't know how long she had known them. But you think if you know somebody for 3 years or 5 years, or whatever it is, that you would know better. I don't know. I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily. Right. Not
And
necessarily.
that proved to be the case this time. Just not necessarily the case. It's going to be very interesting to watch how this unfolds and how justice will be served, because we trust and believe that it will. Yeah, Patricia says, pray for the family, sending up prayers for the family, and
Yes,
we certainly do that. And
absolutely.
for whatever it's worth, our empathy, our condolence, and our support. um it is it is really a very sad state of affairs. And what does this say about us as a people?
Again, it just shows us in a horrible light. It just makes us look like we are just the bottom barrel pit of the scum of the earth. Really, it does. I'm
It
sorry.
does.
Yeah, yeah,
It does.
yeah.
And we see
It's just not
sad
pretty.
things happen all the time. The murder of the athletes in Virginia, and then again another shooting in Virginia today in the Walmart. But those people were mentally ill.
Mm,
These people are devil possessed. It's different.
it's way different.
It's way different. Belak says at that point she was paralyzed. Once her neck and spine were broken, she couldn't fight back and probably lost all feeling, except from the neck up. It is so sad
Mm,
and disturbing. It's just like I know her mama and daddy are not sleeping. I would just be walking the streets. Oh, I would just absolute. I don't know what you would have to do with me. but I would lose my mind. I would be looking to hunt them down. And I told Peggy, I said, and the sad thing is, um, I'd have to do in their whole family.
Yeah, and I said it might be a lot of them, so be prepared.
Right? Yet
Yeah,
jealousy is an ugly, evil
ugly.
emotion. It is.
Enviousness and jealousy. Oh God, it's the worst. It's the pit of pit. Because people can disguise it and hide it so nicely with smiles and I love you, sis, and I love you. And you
Uh,
just you got to have a real good discerning spirit and heart to be able to detect and really know who's for you and who's really not for you. You feel me?
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Ray Marine says she knew them since their young childhood days. She obviously trusted them. So at the end of the day, she had no idea that she would be in this situation.
I don't know
And
if they were all friends from childhood. I don't think they were all friends, all of them for friends from childhood. I think some of them are just last 3 or 4 years recent friendships. Yeah, I don't think
mhm,
they all grew up together. And still with that, like we said, who can you trust? I mean, who can you trust? You got 30, 40-year-old friends. Can you trust them?
it- yeah, you can until you don't, until
Find out
somebody
you
gives
can't.
you a reason not to. You know,
Yeah.
Mariella says that she also heard that Shanquilla called her mother the first day there and said that things were awkward, and her
Mm,
spirit seemed sensed rather that the energy was
was
off.
off. Was off. Wow. Well, she knew something was kind of brewing. She knew something was kind of brewing. She felt it in her spirit. And like you say, that phone call telling her mom that something was kind of off, she knew she was around some envious people or some people whose motives weren't quite right for her. I think that's what that's saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, she didn't feel right. No, that's not what you're gonna report. You're gonna report, Mom. Oh, we having a great time. Everything's good. That's a red flag waving in the wind right there.
Right there. Balak says
Mm.
that, and I and Balak, forgive me. I don't know if you are male or female. Okay, so because I'm not sure about the name. I'm thinking male, but I'm not sure. But Balak says that he says, I told my daughter to cancel her trip next week to Mexico. And he said, and that's sad. He said, Peggy, he agrees with you. All right. All right, it was Khalid who she was friends with. So that was only friend
One.
with one, the
So
male.
the other girls were friend with the other girls.
Right.
Mm. That's where
Mm-hmm.
the coercion came in. Those she was friend with one, but the other two, three, four, however many, they were all friends, and they probably colluded together or coerced to conspire to do some bullshit. So
Right. And
you know what
then
I'm saying? Yeah.
and he couldn't have been too far out of it because he's recording it and encouraging it. So
Yep.
he ain't no friend. Ray Marine says that they showed the photos of them, except for one. Yes, I saw their photos too. Yet their photos and their names are out there. Cynthia said it was a plot. Point back blank. Period.
Mhm.
It was a plot, and all of the other girls were close. I had even heard that about her feeling like something was off because all the other people were in a room talking, and then when she came in the room, you know how
Got
people
quiet.
stop talking or they change the subject, or that sort of thing. If you have a
It got
sense of
quiet.
discernment, you can feel that vibe.
Yeah. You know
You
when
can
you
feel
walk in
that
the
vibe.
room and everything get quiet. Yeah, you know something up. You know that you were the topic of conversation when Blake Piero, here she come.
Uh-huh. Shh.
You know, yeah, everybody want to look around all silly and,
Uh-huh.
ready
And
to.
everyone's gonna go, hey girl, hey.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Y'all go on and continue talking about me. I know y'all was talking about me. It's okay. Go ahead, girl.
Let me stop you.
Go ahead. It's all right. Go ahead.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm
Mhm,
not mad. Cynthia said
mhm.
they showed video of the other girls hanging out together. So those girls, I all of it is out there for everybody to see.
To examine and see. Yeah,
Mm,
the different things. It was
indeed, it
another
is.
murder. Murder or something that had taken place. We said we were going to discuss also. What was that other case?
You mean the Walmart thing today? No.
No. Another murder. Another murder that took place. We said we were going to discuss this one, and we were also going to talk about that one a little bit too. Was it the one in Orlando where the guy shot the girlfriend and her daughters and the grandbaby in the house, and two of the grandchildren were hiding under the bed?
Oh, I don't know. It might have been.
Mm,
I I can't remember because if I don't go and look it up and research it, then
right.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ray says
Right.
that uh what he wanted to be clear about is that they showed photos of them together as childhood friends.
Okay. Okay. Of the Khalif
Okay,
person or a one?
not the not separate the girls over there doing their thing and her doing her thing. That they showed her with these people together as childhood friends. Ooh,
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's some
So
clarity.
she's known them for a while, and then
Mm-hmm.
usually when you know people for that long, if they've done those kind of things to other people. Because people don't usually wait that late in life to do that. That's that's something that they've been doing.
Murder? Murdering
Not
folks?
necessarily murder, but
Beating up people?
people, taking folks' money, you know, that type of stuff. Like
Bullying?
I knew some bitches that was some badass bitches. You speak to them, but you don't want to go nowhere with them.
Mm,
You
okay.
know, you might know them, but you ain't going nowhere with them because you know how they do or how they act. I wonder if there was anything that they were these types of people. Um, yes, so Shanquilla was invited by Khalid, and people were saying they don't know. See, there's something about his character because that's the only person whose name I heard them question, and that is why was she involved with him at all?
Well,
Oh,
a lot of people have transgender male friends, female male friends, transgender friends. They make the best friends most of the time. They're gonna get your hair right, they're gonna help you with your makeup and make sure it's on fleek. They're gonna make sure you looking good because they usually can put themselves together fabulously. They usually stylists and they multi-talented people. So yeah, I
mhm.
believe that a lot of people do have transgender friends. I
Oh
don't find
yeah.
that strange or unusual
Oh
at
no, no,
all.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no, no,
Okay.
no. No,
Yeah.
no. Not at all. But I didn't think it was because of him possibly being transgender because I'm not really sure about him. I can't say one way or the other, but it must be him. Um uh but it sounded more like his character or his personality and not his sexual preference. And Bellick says she's a lady, huh, Miss? She said
Okay.
Bellick is her son's name spelled backwards, Caleb. And we know a Caleb. I love Caleb. Caleb is a good Bible name. So thank you, Bellic, for confirming for us that you are female because to
Sometimes,
it's
yeah.
hard to talk about it without saying she. I need the pronoun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cynthia says it was because I had a video in her phone. Uh-oh,
What happened?
of Khalid and the other dude.
Had a video on their phone.
In her phone of Khalid and another male.
Mm.
So I don't know. Did she catch them doing something and video recorded it or what? Then get my phone. Tell me, give me your phone and delete the video.
Mm.
Smash my phone. Don't smash my head. And see, that's what I'm talking about. We know they beat her to death, but I want to know what provoked that. Besides jealousy and greed. Was it just jealousy and greed, or was it something else?
And
Did
all
she?
that, and the something else, and something else, and something else, all of it lumped together, still don't make justification to murder that girl.
Never, never.
Okay. So it could have been a video she had in the phone of him and another man. It could have been whatever it was. She, lied on them. She took some money from him. She stole their man. She slept with their man. Whatever it was, it still wasn't justification for murder.
No.
So they could, yeah. So
None of it justifies any of that. Thea says
yeah.
that Shanquilla had a video and the dudes involved. She caught this, they said. So she must have
Mm.
caught him doing something with somebody. I don't
And
know.
that's
Patricia Craig in the building. Hello, Patricia.
Hey
Welcome. She said no
Patricia.
one person needed for that young lady. Those were not friends. Peggy said that from the very beginning. They
What did she
were,
say? Repeat that.
she said that those were not her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody interceded to help her. Nobody said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, it's all right. You done hit her, you done slapped her, y'all, went back and forth or whatever. All right now, okay, let's break it up. That's it. That's enough of that. Nobody did that. She said they were freeloaders and may have
Mm-hmm.
been jealous of her young, may have been jealous of her. She
Mm-hmm.
said this was a setup. She said they need to get a hold of the young man videotaping the incident, asking Shanquilla why she wasn't fighting back. Oh yeah. Oh, they gonna get a hold to him.
Yep, it was all of that. Yes, it
All of
was.
that. Ray
Mm-hmm.
says all of them were childhood friends except for one.
Mm.
Nothing justifies those acted like you said, Peggy, and everybody agrees. I don't care what
Yeah,
circumstances,
said done.
nothing you come up with
It's gonna justify.
can justify that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Bellick says that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. She says you all are the only ones I've been able to listen to this story about outside of the listen to this story about outside of the piece from Star. I guess maybe the radio station. You mean like Star, like as in the radio station in Orlando? Anyway, she says, if Black Lives Matter, why would you brutally murder this baby? She said,
Yeah.
I'm sick just knowing people would be so evil. It
Heartless and
is.
ruthless. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is sickening. It's depressing. It's deplorable. It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
And who
And
would want to be friends to these women again? I mean, once you're involved in something like this, who would want to be your friend? Who would want to hang out with you? Who want to go someplace with you? Who want to travel with you? Who want to do any of those things with you if this is what you're capable of doing? I don't want to know that somebody. Like I said, I'm very particular with who I hang out with, travel with, party with, whatever. Who want to be their friends?
Nobody. I told Peggy, I said, they're gonna have to do, how like if you were down south and you got pregnant out of wedlock and they send you up north to be with your cousin, or they send you, if you up north, they send you down south to be with your grandma.
Right.
Uh you couldn't stay at my house because ain't nobody gonna come up in here and shoot up my whole house trying to get your trifling ass. But who's gonna take them in? I wouldn't take you. Where you gonna go? I'm not taking you in.
Because at any moment they liable to turn on you. They're gonna turn on you and kill you.
Yeah, I
Kill
would.
you in your own house. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Some friends you just got to say no to. No, I'm good. I'm good on friends. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll pass. It looks like girlfriend is frozen again. Oh my God. This StreamYard is giving us such a hard time. She gonna go out and she'll probably come back in with us in a few minutes. But um, again, all I can say is this is a very sad story. Our heart goes out to the family, friends, and loved ones of this young lady. Nothing but prayer and love. Um, it really touches home for a lot of people. I'm sure other people probably have experienced this and hasn't been in the news, but of course we probably wasn't videotaped or anything like that and got the exposure. But I'm sure there's some people out there that probably have gone through similar heartbreaking situations with a loved one being beat or murdered, beat to death or murdered. So again, our hearts and prayers go out to the family and to everybody that's closely involved with this young lady. Hey, girlfriend.
Hey,
Hey,
it is it is such a sad state of affairs, but we wanted to give people a forum and opportunity, to talk about it and to say how they
yeah.
feel.
Mhm.
But from anybody in the audience, as a parent, what would be your first move? What would be the first thing you would do? They've laid her to rest.
And
You
it was
know,
beautiful.
yes,
Did
it
you see that
was.
horse and carriage in
Yes,
that
I did.
casket? It was so pretty. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
It was. It really was. Um,
Yeah.
and you know what? Nobody else said this, but did anybody else hear that when they called her mother, they told her mother that she would need to send $5,000 for Shanquilla to be transported to the hospital. She would need to send $5,000 for her to go to the hospital. I don't know if that ever happened. If her mother wired that, and then a few hours later, now you're calling back and you're saying, that
Seven.
she died from the alcohol poisoning. So if they took money from her, they were still trying to scam
Extract money.
money out
I,
of her parents.
right. Out of her family. Yep.
They are a low down, dirty, evil, rotten, stinking bunch of people.
And then, like you said, they have the nerve to go to this lady's house and sit up and eat dinner,
At the
break bread
table
with
with
her,
her. Oh my
with
God.
her
And
family
just
and
and just
siblings.
tell lies. Just lie. All out the side of your neck. Just lie. Oh my God. Unbelievable. I don't know. Well, I tell you what, we're going to we're going to keep praying,
Hmm.
and watch as this unfolds, and hope that justice comes quickly
Hmm.
and they get what they deserve. People say they want them to die. I don't want them to die.
They need
And
to
I,
suffer
I
alone.
Yeah, I ain't down with no death penalty. I don't want you to die. I want you to suffer. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Bellic says, yeah, start 84.5, which is where I met you. Uh calling. Oh, she said you want $100 from me, girl. Oh, doing one of the live Live Free for a Year contests. Yes, that
Wow.
was the
Uh,
that's pretty good. Yes, I'm glad you
yeah.
won. I'm glad you won the $100.
It would have been
Yeah,
one for the year, yeah.
yeah, it would have. Yeah, the Live
But
Free
the
for a
100
Year
was
was a.
good, yeah. We'll take the 100.
Yeah, the 100 is good. We'll take the 100, but the Live Free for a Year
Do they still do
contest
that?
was the best radio contest. I don't think so. I think
Okay,
they
I
give
am.
away little pieces of money here and there. But
Uh,
the Live Free for a Year, where they pay
yeah.
your rent or your mortgage
Car
and your
note.
car note
Yes.
for a whole year.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The
That was an
greatest
awesome
radio
contest.
contest ever. Well, I'm glad you won. It's nice
So,
to have met you. And thank you
yeah.
so much for joining us on Raw Talk. We appreciate it. Ray,
Oh,
you know what?
everybody.
That will probably happen.
What?
Ray says, I hope he says, I hope they don't make a movie about this. They might not make a
Mm.
movie, but what might happen, ABC's 2020 might pick it up because they do these types of stories.
Hmm. Yeah, I
They do
watch
these
these kind of
types of
murders.
stories.
I watch these type of things all the time. You know, I'm always watching murder and horror movies and all kind of stuff like that. Yeah, First
Mm-hmm.
48 and unsolved mysteries and crimes and all that other kind of stuff. It's good. I love it.
Yep. I don't like it.
I love
I
it.
don't do no horror. I don't want to do I don't want to do no murder. I don't do nothing mean, evil, or scary. It's sometimes certain things will catch my attention, but but just like as a regular ongoing thing, no, I don't. But
Yeah.
you've seen how this type of scenario plays out, and that it goes on in a lot of people's lives. And
Hmm.
I think it is I yeah, or Dateline, NBC.
Yeah.
They both might do it. I think it's that type of story. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I told Peggy, I said I don't want don't let them die. I don't give them no death penalty. Just send them over here to me. Just said, I
I thought you
I
said
got
send them over
this.
to Mexico to the jail so they can rape them and make them eat tacos for the rest of their life or something like
I
that.
told Peggy, I said, yeah, they can send them back over there. They'll never hear a word of English the rest of their
English,
lives.
right? They
And
get raped over and over.
yeah, and just be there. But I told her, I said, I would much rather have you, and I could provide you with a slow, torturous demise. It would be slow and painful and isn't that terrible? See, I don't even like thinking those kind of thoughts, having those kind of feelings that's what I would do to another human being, but that's what I would want to do. um I
But
hear
you
you,
know,
Ray. Ray said this is one situation where I wish that this was made up, that this was not real. You're
mm,
not the only
right,
one. Her mama and daddy and
mm.
all of her family feel the same way, and we
They're
do
living
too.
a
We wish
nightmare.
that this was not true.
This is a living nightmare for them.
It is.
And yeah, with me watching a lot of movies and mysteries and horror stories, and to see the way that these people torture and kill people, it just lets you know that it's a lot of evil walking around this earth. People will do almost anything to you. They will mess you up. Oh
Mm-hmm.
God, it's horrible.
It's
Hmm.
horrible. It's horrible.
It's
Patricia
horrible.
says, thank you, ladies, for this platform. I just learned about this young lady last night in my line dance
Mm.
class. Girl, you go to line dance? I love line dancing. Mexico is also getting exposed, as well they should. Let me tell you something. When me and Peggy went to Mexico, did you get? I don't know. Did you go twice or once?
I went the first and the last time, maybe.
Yeah, but one of those
I
times
think I
I went
did
to.
go twice.
Okay. Anytime we travel, anytime there's a group of us traveling, me and Peggy stay together.
Hmm.
Okay, we don't mess around. But I went there. I got off the ship. I walked through where you go to get your liquor. Then walked up and down the street that's close to the ship, so I can see the ship and I can see other people on the ship. I didn't go off nowhere. I'm not going to no Airbnb in Mexico. Okay, not doing it. Not doing it. Bellick says, me either. I used to be a Criminal Minds junkie, but I can't stomach any of it now. Just imagine what harm, like Miss B said, that you are bringing to all of these families. They just did a horrible, terrible thing. And she's right. It's a different kind of evil.
Hmm.
It's a
When it's
different.
done by somebody that's perpetrated to be a friend, that is just the most horrible, hurtful thing ever. I mean, like you say, for it to happen from a stranger or just randomly happen to her is one thing that you can fathom and stomach, but know that she went off with her friends, childhood friends, and this happened. It's just it's a nightmare.
Mm-mm. Ray says he agrees with me. No, no, slow death is the way to go. Okay, slow death. You gonna you it's I'm gonna put you in a crock pot. Um slow death, no death penalty. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you know, give them the death penalty and they'll go to hell." I'm not
Never said
sold on that. I'm not
this.
real sure about that. I like to think that that's what happened, but if you stay here and I get a hold of your ass, I'ma know that you paid the price, and then you can go to hell. Cynthia says she's looking for a line dance. Did you hear that, Patricia? Patricia, are you in Orlando? Cynthia, are
No,
you in Orlando?
Cynthia in Tampa.
Oh, okay. All right. Patricia is in San Diego.
Uh,
But Cynthia, if you want a line dance, if you want to go to line dance, you tell Peg. I'll tell you where to go in Orlando for line dancing. Not a problem. That's right, Ray. If I get a hold to you, I'ma know for sure. And then, I'll take that with me. Okay. San Diego in the building. We had San Diego in the building. We had Texas in the building. We got Orlando in the building. We got
yes,
Atlanta in the building.
yes.
Yes.
Hey, West
World
Palm
Talk is
Beach.
showing out tonight. Huh?
Hmm. Oh yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Well, listen, I tell you what, I got a turkey downstairs that is waiting for me to get it right, to season it up and do all of that kind of stuff. Don't worry, I can tell you in Tampa where to go. I got you, girl. No problem. We'll work that out. For sure, for sure. Uh-huh. But typically though, you could probably Google it, or you could go to meetup.com, or you could search it on Facebook, that type of thing. But don't worry, we'll help you. Yes, we want to wish everybody a blessed Thanksgiving, and in spite
Yes.
of our
Yes.
hurt and disappointment, we know that we are blessed, and that everything is always working out for our good. And so
Yes.
we go forth with that, and keep the family in prayer, keep them lifted up in prayer, and wait for justice for Shanquilla Robinson to
Yes.
be served. Cynthia
Absolutely. And
bragging
we're going
because
to
she.
follow up from time to time with this story as well.
Oh yeah,
We'll
yeah, yeah. We're
continue
gonna
as
have
much.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna
As
have to
the
do
months
that.
go
We're
on.
gonna have to do that. We
Hmm.
won't be able to help that. Probably every show, at the beginning of every show, we're gonna have to just touch on it a little bit. If there's something new, we will definitely talk about it.
Talk.
And the way it sounds is like it's going to be something new all the time. We might even come in on days other than Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. You know, if there's some breaking news on the case, then you know, Raw Talk will be on. You know,
And to
and that's how
the
we do
new
that.
viewers, new Raw Talkers that's on or just visiting us for tonight, please go to, our YouTube channel, Real as Women, and like, hit, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that it will alert you to when we're on, and come back and join us. And we'd love to have you back with us again.
Yes, we certainly would. We certainly would. And you can do that on YouTube or on Facebook. Facebook at Raw Talk. You know, follow us and like us there. And so you will get notified when we go live. We would love for you to be a part of our family. And thank you for helping us grow our channel.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Share.
definitely go back tonight if you were with us on Facebook. You know, do that and then visit us on YouTube, and so it doesn't take but a second, and it's free. We appreciate you all so much, and
Yes.
we thank you for being with us tonight. And Ray says, "Do you have that turkey ready, Miss B?" It's defrosting. So I'm gonna go down now and wash her up and get her all cutie pied. I'm gonna get her all dressed up and ready to go. The greens are ready, the string beans are ready, the macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes and all of that is still to come. But you know, we are on it, and we are thankful to be able to have a Thanksgiving. So enjoy your families, and make sure that you tell folks that you love them. You know,
Yeah,
make sure
that's
you
so
tell them
true.
that you love them, and tell them tonight. I got you, Ray. Come on over. You know you right down the street. I got you for sure.
Listen, Ray trying to get all the skinny on what's on the menu for tomorrow.
Not a problem. Not a
That's right.
problem. I got you for sure. For sure. But we love you all. We thank you so much. God bless you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And
Thanksgiving.
and be safe. Be safe. Good night.